Hey everyone, after several years of riding road bikes, primarily lightweight road bikes, I finally made the decision to buy a touring bike, because actually one of the things I'm really excited about is being able to do some lightweight or even some more heavier weight touring around Europe, and just some kind of camping and taking gear with me on the bike, which obviously a lightweight alloy frame is never going to cope with. So I finally took the plunge and I've bought myself a decent Dawes Galaxy. It's right behind me there. It's a Dawes Galaxy Classic, which is basically the equivalent of a standard Dawes Galaxy from a few years back, but they've changed their names and policies somewhat in the last few years. So the Dawes Classic of 2014 is basically the standard Dawes Galaxy, with your bar and shifters, 30 gears. I've never had a bike, a drop handlebar bike with a granny gear before, which will be exciting because I've struggled a few times when we've done bigger tours on a road bike and only had the compact chain set. So it's a new experience, and I've got to say I've done 20 miles on it so far and I'm loving it. It just feels like a proper bike. Swapped out the original saddle, which was a Sport Tourer saddle, for a Brooks B17, which I was a bit dubious about because they're quite expensive, but I've got to say it's amazing. They reckon they wear in, but I've ridden 20 miles on it and it's already so comfortable. I'm so glad I made the choice. And hopefully me and a few friends are going to be doing some lightweight kind of day trips and staying and doing some wild camping, and also a bigger ride next year where potentially we're going to tour around Europe. I've worked out a route that means we can do 800 miles roughly, and over that course of 800 miles we'll pass through 9 different European countries, including the UK. And hopefully over the course of 10 days. Whether we'll do it loaded up or whether we'll do it with a sport vehicle and take turns to drive the van or whatever we take, I don't know yet. But I just wanted to do a really quick post to say 20 miles in, I love it. If ever you've thought about whether you swap or get a touring bike to back up your lightweight road bike, totally guarantee it's a good choice to make. You know, Dawes Galaxies, you can get them fairly cheap now. I've nearly bought one online, used, and then decided actually through the Bike to Work scheme I could actually get one relatively cheaply. I think with the Bike to Work scheme I'm basically going to have paid about £500 for this bike that retails at originally at like 13, so 1300. So I think I've done fairly well. Yeah, you know, got some panniers, some good Ortlieb panniers. The Brooks saddle, and pretty much apart from that it's fairly standard. So here's the actual bike. It's like I say, it's a 2014 Dawes Galaxy Classic with a tubeless rear rack, which is great. I've added a Kryptonite Mini 7 D-lock to it just because I think that's a useful investment, even though it adds a little bit extra weight to the bike, but you know, I'm cope with that. Yeah, really pleased. 10-speed gear on the back, obviously 3-speed on the front. Fairly good components, a bit more rattly than a road bike, partly because the rear the fit fenders basically make a massive difference. Actually, if you look here, I've just added a little bit of hot glue into the fender there, just because this plastic bracket just here rattles, like the fender rattles around like crazy. Just adding a little bit of hot glue to stop that completely, so that's really good. These tubeless pannier racks especially good. Comes with the standard 2 water bottle carriers, and yeah, and obviously the bar end shifters, which have taken a while to get used to, but that's all fine. Yeah, the handlebars, although they're drop bars, they're really like massive compared to standard road bikes, but I guess that's just one of those things you get used to. Certainly it's obviously a lot more relaxed geometry than the road bikes I'm used to, but that's actually really good because I'm struggling with a bit of a bad back at the moment, which is part of the reason I finally made the decision to get one. And there's the Dawes, I keep calling it Dawes, there's the Brooks Special B17, which is, I'll tell you what, just sets the bike off lovely. I know it feels really old manly, but in some ways I think for anyone that doesn't know anything about bikes, it actually probably makes a bike look a little bit less admirable for the old bike thief. So who knows? I still haven't risked actually locking it up outside anyway yet. I keep taking it into the office with me. But yeah, genuinely, if you're going to get a road bike, if you're going to get a touring bike, Dawes Classic, man. Dawes Galaxy Classic. I just think, you know, it's a Reynolds 631 frame. It's solid steel and isn't that heavy for that. And it's going to take as much weight as you want to throw at it, really. So, yeah, genuinely really good. Yeah, I'll keep you posted over the next few weeks and months and let you know how I get on. But, yeah, look out for me complaining about how people need to sponsor me to do this ride as well for the youth work charity that I run in Coventry. But, yeah, Dawes Galaxy, I'm really impressed. Generally, although with my reservation to start with about the fact it's going to be a lot heavier, and in all fairness, with the panniers on and the rack and everything else, it is heavier, but it still feels much more sturdy than when I put the rack onto my old Trek 1.2 road bike, which really didn't have the panniers, and especially with the rack and any weight on it at all, really. The frame just flexed like crazy, and it was a compact frame, so compact chain set, so it was never going to be great for the uphills as well. So I've kept I'm keeping my nice Trek 1.5 as a nice, you know, it's not a high spec bike, but it's good for lightweight touring, for lightweight Audaxes and day trips and whatever with my mates. But this is going to be a keeper, I think. I'm really impressed with it so far. So yeah, I'll keep you posted and watch out for more videos as I tweak it, change it, add bits to it, and start doing some tours on it. So yeah, there you go. See you soon.